Okay, hello everyone. This is going to be a different video from what I usually do. Um, we're going to be talking about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I was one of the people that was able to play the alpha whenever it, came out a little bit ago, um, which was, pretty nice. Um, I'm just going to give my honest thoughts on the game in itself from just like, you know, you're curious to hear what some kind of guy, I'm just like a dude, who just played it, enjoyed it. Um, I cannot, however, show any gameplay yet, or like footage or photos or anything, except what's been released as promotional material. So I will be doing this over Arkham Knight gameplay, going to Batman skin. This is a save I started when this game came out, and I just never really finished it per se. I did get some cool pictures though, but yeah, spoilers, obviously, containing the game, because I am going to talk about story elements, and just talking about my honest thoughts on it and everything. So, I hope you all enjoy. Feel free to comment, talk about, what you think as well. And yeah, we're just gonna go over it. So, for starters, shit. I'm keeping that though. That's, ooh, it's gonna scare some people, I hope. Oh, do I get to start it? I'm not gonna start it.
The bat creature's still at large on Miyagani Island. I'm going to hunt it down and take a blood sample, determine who or what it is.
Where is he at? So the game in itself is different from the Arkham series, in a lot of aspects. I will say it's not necessarily a bad thing that is different, but if you're expecting a very, Arkham-like experience, you are not getting that. That is for sure. When it comes to the lore of the story, I will say it is pretty, great. There's a lot of added on, information for the Arkham games. It explains why Batman's returned. You get a lot of stuff on the Justice League. It's pretty great. However, I will say it's also very that's probably one of the only positive elements I've had so far, if I'm being honest. It's not the gameplay. Okay, well, let's talk about the game. Oh, actually, no, keep talking about the story. So, the story in itself is you are the Suicide Squad killing the Justice League. That is your idea. Brainiac has, taken over the Justice League's mind, and he has, kind of corrupted everybody in a way, which it's pretty fucked up. Not gonna lie. I will say there is a part with Batman where he selfily, hunts you down, and that's probably the best thing ever. Like Kevin Conroy really brings the performance here. You know, I kind of wish this wasn't his last performance, but as you all know, he has passed away. Fortunately, makes me very sad. I did cry that day. It was pretty rough. But yeah, he does a really good job, like he always has, with being Batman, essentially, because he is, if we're being honest. The game, yeah, the story it's not bad. It's kind of basically written, honestly. There's a lot of just repeats, a lot of well, not repeats, a lot of basic lines. Repeats information. They kind of over-explain a lot of things. That is a problem with it, I will say. It's not terrible. It's just not any much better than the actual game itself. Oh, shit.
tortured creature was once a man. Dr.
So,
There must be a cause for this
I will say
transformation.
there's
His
potential,
lab might
but
hold the
like,
answer.
I don't see much of it. It is the only thing I'm really interested in. Well, let's talk about what's really important here is the gameplay. So it's not terrible. Basically, each character has their own set of guns, and you know, they use those to
Alfred, we can add a third victim to the
take
list.
down Brainiac's army.
I'm going to...
However, they also all have their own abilities. Captain Boomerang uses his boomerang, to be expected. A lot.
irregularity on the victim's
Like, that's his main thing.
Appears to be a birthmark, quite distinctive.
He uses it for transversal, because close to the beginning you get all of the transversal stuff. Captain Boomerang's being this gauntlet that lets him use the Speed Force, which, if you ask me, is a little weird. Maybe it does exist. I don't remember it being a thing, but you know, who knows. That's fun. That's who I played as the most, so that's who I'm talking about him first. He has, you know, a lot of fun moves. His melee is basically his boomerang. I can't find this on that one. Is that it? I don't know. His melee is his boomerang. That's all he's got. Which is...
There's a bullet.
And then he has, like, comes with the submachine gun, and then you can... the guns in themselves, you can kind of just give to anybody. Like, you unlock... Every time you complete a mission, you get loot boxes. And you unlock different guns as you go along. Yes, machine guns, shotguns, sniper rifles. For everybody. I'll say Captain Boomerang's very much a close range kind of person. I will say the gameplay, while fun, is very repetitive. You feel like you're just kind of doing the same kind of things over and over and over again. That does kind of hurt the game, but if you ask me.
Dr. Kirk Langstrom. There must be a cause for this transformation.
It's kind of Avengers-like, but better. Like, it is more fun. It's just... you're just shooting things, essentially, or hitting things. One of the other characters, Harley Quinn, her transversal is a drone that lets her grapple through certain distances. It's not, you know, super amazing, it's not perfect, but I will say it's very slowed down. Like, a lot of the times, you'll just kind of, like, swing twice, and then that'll be about it. Which isn't bad, but it could be better. I will say, for gameplay on the other hand, with her guns and everything, that could be pretty fun. Just no words. Anyway. You kind of just, like, she's very close range. For melee is pretty fun. She kind of move around with her baseball bat, just kind of swings it around. Like, it's pretty fun.
Can you believe it? I was a Blackgate, the Asylum, Arkham City.
Her writing's pretty solid.
Just lucky, I guess.
Tara Strong, I believe, reprises her role and does an amazing job. So there's definitely potential there. A lot of good things there. King Shark, he kind of just jumps around for his, you know, movement speed. I didn't really play him a whole lot except for the tutorial, so I don't have a lot to say about him, but he was there. His melee is pretty fun. He kind of just punches around, but they kind of just gave him big guns.
Maybe it contains some answers.
And that's it. Like, he has like a grenade launcher, machine gun, and I mean,
to the head.
it's
Langstrom had
fun,
no
but it's
idea
also
what he was
just like
doing.
doesn't feel right because he's a shark. Like he'd be running around, shitting, like messing people up. That would be more fun.
This computer
If you
stores
ask
all
me.
of Dr. Langstrom's research.
But but you kind of can do with the melee. It's just not as effective. Finally, Deadshot, if I'm being honest, is probably the most boring of them all. Unfortunately, because I do love Deadshot as a character. He kind of he's a jetpack, which is
Mixing his DNA with a vampire
fine.
bat?
It's just it does
That was
run
never
out,
going to end
which
well.
it kind of I
If
guess
I search
is
through
a
his
jetpack, so
files,
it makes
I
sense.
may
But
be
it's
able
like,
to
come
create
on,
an
really.
antidote to his condition.
Limited
Take me to
transversal
Philip
there.
Man-Bat's
Then
signature.
I mean,
I'll
his thing
remove
is
it from
guns,
Langstrom's
so
DNA.
he does shoot. It's just that's really all you can do with him. He does have a melee, but it's kind of just there. He does have some cool tricks you can do with his wrist guns. I say that's probably one of the better parts, but overall, it's just kind of compared to the rest of the characters, I don't think he's too exciting. At first, he was, but then he got really boring really fast, really old. So yeah, the gameplay isn't too amazing. There's a few other elements. The upgrading system is basically you have a skill tree, and then you have your weapons you can upgrade. You get better weapons as you go on. Skill tree is the main focus. You just kind of keep upgrading that, and that's one of the or you keep getting different upgrades. You can do melee, the different upgrades for distance stuff, that kind of thing. There is a really weird system with the armor where you have to do the certain kind of takedown to get armor back, and if you don't, it's not really optional. It sucks because it's very basic, and if you don't do it, you basically take a shit ton of damage because you're just eating everything with your raised health bar. There's no armor to protect you, so that kind of brings down the gameplay as well. I will say it's not terrible, it's just could be better, and does get repetitive. I do think, though, I will say I didn't,
That's it. I've created a clean DNA
Alpha
sample.
didn't go far enough for me to really
All I need to do is
play
make
around
him
or
take
get
his
a lot of
medicine.
upgrades. Oh, I will say there seems to be potential on,
Alfred.
where the gameplay could go with the different upgrades you can get, but I don't really expect much. And then there's
Your parents? What is it about dead relatives that turned you into a giant?
there's a lot of great things with Justice League. It is nice seeing them. You got a lot of lore with them through audio bios in the Hall of Justice. Batman is probably the most interesting, but that makes sense. They are professionals with Batman versus,
Chinatown. Fine.
everybody else.
I'll play your games and I'll win. Selena's life depends on it.
And then I will say that I didn't see Superman at all, so that kind of sucked. But Green Lantern was there, although him and Flash as well had very basic lines that felt like very dumb dialogue. But it suffers a lot from that. Amanda Waller especially has the most basic lines I've ever heard. They really did not do the greatest job on her, but that's okay. The voice actress was great. I think it's Victoria Davis. I don't know, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But I will say it is a very everyone does a good job. It's just the writing is just kind of okay. Troy Baker comes back as Penguin and does a great job. His writing is a little better, but not anything compared to how he was in Arkham City or Arkham Knight, really, which does get kind of disappointing. Let's see. his weapons thing, you know, once you unlock that, is can be pretty fun. There's a lot of like fun stuff to do.
You know, Dark Knight.
I don't
think you're going to figure this out.
A lot of like very much like a lot of dialogue is just very like basic and very bad. I keep saying that. I just can't really ignore like how bad it is. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. I don't know what else to say really. The actual reason for Batman's return is a little iffy. I think he is convinced to come back because the Justice League thinks he should, and like the people need him or whatever. I forgot about that. So he comes out of retirement, but it's like it was so much cooler when he was just, you know, like I think Dark Knight is so great, and having him just be like this, you know, vengeful, guy that just like, you know, uses Scarecrow's fear toxin, this epitome of vengeance, that was pretty great. But you know, it works. Let's see what else can I talk about here. D&D, let's talk about. Oh, the graphics, set pieces, all that look really great. But you probably tell from like the gameplay. Looks like there's a lot of love put into that, and they made sure to focus on that. It's just, I'll kind of start to wrap this up here and just say overall, I think the game has potential, but I wouldn't, you know, be too excited for it. Like I said, though, if you are expecting you're expecting, like I said, like a nice, classy Arkham experience, it is not that. And while it's not necessarily a bad thing, it's not super great either.
The others, they contain less useful keys. Keys that will unlock the admittedly slight contents of your skull.
It's kind of just a game that has existed. That's the best way I can describe it.
And don't get it wrong.
I do, you know,
okay, Batman. Let's see if you're
want to say that it's not as bad as some people are saying, but I don't think it's gonna be too great either. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna buy it myself. It does have better gameplay than Gotham Knights, and it does give me that kind of vibe at the same time with the
I could have simply started the count on 8, but well, 9 lives. I couldn't resist.
What's it called? Oh yeah, Gotham Knights had that kind of same thing. Their story was interesting, but the gameplay was a bit lackluster. I think it gets better with the update stuff. I don't think it's too bad of a game. So, with Suicide Squad, what I'll say is, I think, again, it has potential. I just don't think it's gonna go anywhere. Right. Forgot about that. I think it's really fun about it happen. So, yeah, just, you know, if you want it, if you want to play it, if you want to buy it, I think it might be, if you have the money, it might be worth it. If you enjoy DC and the Arkham games and the lore, I think it's, you know, has a lot of great things there. I think it does do a pretty great job with characters, even when the writing is lackluster, it does fit them. It just feels very basic superhero-y writing there. It's not super amazing, but that's not, again, a bad thing. It's just could be better. So, you know, just take my opinion as you will, you know. I think it'll be better than Avengers, not that that's necessarily a high bar. I think it'll be kind of the same level as Gotham Knights, to be honest. Which, I know some people hear that and think, oh, that's terrible, but Gotham Knights really isn't that bad. I've played, like, a really great amount of it. I will say when it first came out, I wasn't that impressed, but the game's free on here, I played it, and it's not, like, you know, that's what we're saying. The Transversal was pretty duty, but, you know, the rest of it was interesting, to say the least. And actually, like, had me interested in following the story and everything like that. So yeah, that's all I can really say. Can't really think of much else to address here. There are some Riddler stuff in the game. Some side content there, as well as like weapon crate unlocks. That's a thing. There's some stuff to do in the city. Overall, it could be really fun. At first, I think if you're looking for like the most fun out of it, play the story with your friends. Playing it alone isn't nearly as fun as just having people there with you, because you can all kind of just experience it together. I do like that. It does feel like it's very much built to be experienced as, you know, as a team. Like, because this is literally the game I just friends out. If we all get it, I'll probably play it with them. Like, you know, that's up to them. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna really say. I hope you enjoyed. I'll probably soon do the outro here.
Alfred, I'm at the bridge.
Please, you know. Buy the game at your own risk, I guess, is all I'll say. Don't expect a lot from the gameplay, but I do think, at the very least, I would recommend watching a playthrough of it, because, like I said, the story is very much worth it. I think there's going to be some sections that involve, like, the Justice League that are going to be pretty great. Batman's pretty great, but I have a feeling that, you know, that'll be one of the highlights of the game, is the boss fights and such. I think they do a really good job with that. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. So, you know, like, subscribe, and all that. I hope you enjoyed. You know, comment, tell me what you think. And yeah, that's really it. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, I'll see you all another time. Have a great day, a great night, whatever it is, whenever you're watching this. And I'll talk to y'all next time. So, yeah, good boy.